Hi Aquarius, welcome back to Peaceful Oracle, and for those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. Down in the description below, I do have a few spots available for private readings, so if any of you are interested in that, there's a link to my Etsy shop below. It's not a live recording, it's a pre-recorded reading, and it just gets sent to your email. So if any of you are resonating with the readings or need some extra guidance or have any questions, then that's available for you down there. Okay, so I wanted to get right into the general energies that I was picking up on for the month of August. And the two words that I heard were community and comfort. And it feels like this month, you may find that you're going to be needing to be around individuals or people that help you to feel comfortable and safe in your own skin. So it's like there's not going to be a whole lot of patience or reserves, like energy reserves, to be able to be around too many people who are really different from us. I am sensing like there's this need for Aquarius this month to really be around like-minded people, because I'm hearing that that will generate some creative energy, and it will also reboot some energy that we feel like we've lost so far this year. So if for some of you, you're feeling like this year has been a bit draining, has been a bit tiring in the ways that we've been asked to show up, or, draining in the ways, in the things that we're asked to look at or work through. I feel like in the month of August, I see Aquarius needing to kind of do this recalibration of their energy, because it just kind of feels like it's like the reserves are depleted. So I think that in August, it's going to be definitely a month of rejuvenation. So in however way that resonates with you. So for some of you, it could be going on a vacation to a place that feels like you just come alive when you're there. And for others, it could be spending time with communities or with, certain people where you really feel like you can be yourself, where you feel like you're heard, you're understood. So that seems to be the general theme for this month. I do see that for those of you who work there's also this undertone of hard work. So I feel like for some of you who have been working very hard on projects, or I'm even hearing those of you who are working hard on yourselves. So not necessarily in terms of like a job or a career, but there are those of you who have been working very hard on yourself. And I'm hearing that some of you have been really trying to tackle certain, it could be addictions, it could be patterns, or just things that you have been really wanting to let go of. I feel like in the month of August, you will be reaping some rewards from that work. So for some of you, if you've kind of put down some burdens or you've let some things go, you may find yourself feeling lighter this month. For those of you who, for example, have been wanting to working out more or wanting to get healthier, you may see results from that in the month of August. So there's also this reaping in or bringing in some rewards from the work that you've been putting into whatever it is that you've been working on. So for some of you, it could be career. For others, it could be a business. For some of you, it could also be a relationship. I'm hearing that if you're in a relationship with someone and you guys have been kind of working through issues or wanting to improve that relationship, then the month of August, you're going to kind of see these, the benefits coming from that work. Some of you could also be reassessing what matters to you This could be a very contemplative month as well, with the Hermit card there, crossing the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you could also be kind of elevating into a different chapter or a different phase into your life. So you may find that in August that there will be this an inspiration to kind of look at, do I like where I am in my life? Or am I ready to expand? Am I ready to elevate into something new or something different? There seems to be a invitation for this. I'm seeing that in August, there'll be kind of some new doors opening. And it'll be doors opening because it's time for them to open. And it's time for us to kind of go on to another chapter or go on to another phase in our life. And I see that that's for some of you in the past that you've really had to put up those boundaries, that you've had to maybe walk away from things that did not serve you. But it feels like that chapter or that work that of kind of like this, reassessing what's important in our life, or, do we like these people or do I need to move on? I feel like that kind of work is coming to a close or coming to an end for now. Like you're not going to be in that phase for long, because this is in your past card, the Seven of Wands. And now I feel like it's time for stepping into the new. And there are some of you that are really wanting to create something new for yourselves. Some of you could also be, with the Emperor and the Ten of Wands, some of you could also be wanting to walk away from certain authority figures. Or there could be a dynamic in your life where, you have some people who could feel like they're quite controlling, or it's like too heavy of a burden. There's something about walking away or needing to put something down in relationship to an authority figure in your life. So for some of you, that could be your parental figures. It could be work. It could be, more, it could be bigger than that. It could be like the community that you live in, like the rules and the regulations of where you live. There is something about where you are right now that's going to feel like it's too heavy of a weight on your shoulders. Because I am seeing that in the month of August, Aquarius, there is going to be this push or this pull for you to establish a new sense of independence, being able to walk away from something and walk into something different that feels like it resonates better with you. There's going to be some like soul searching, I feel like. We have some very significant cards here. So I think that there's a really big transition that's coming up. And there's this want, there's this need and this want to build something of value. And you may find yourself from time to time needing to kind of start over and over. I think there's this sense that, there could be like a frustration of, I feel like I need to, or I feel like I keep needing to start over again. And there really is this Yeah, there's this there's this desire to want to walk away from something. Something that's been there, something that's been established in your life for a long time. And that's, going to be different for each of you. You have the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of thinking this month. You're going to be in your mind, in your headspace a lot this month, Aquarius. And I feel like when I heard community in the beginning, when I tuned into your energy, that is going to really help with kind of balancing out some of these more intense energies. We do have a lot of major arcana cards, which tells me that there are some significant major themes that have been on repeat in your life this month. In your life. And this month, it's going to be something where you're going to need to look at it and it's going to help you choose. It's going to help you to have clarity. So I'm also hearing that, because I want to say here, we have the King of Swords, the Emperor, we have the Hierophant up here, and I'll go into each of these cards a little bit more detailed in a second, but just in a general sense, as I'm looking at these cards, that it doesn't have to necessarily be an authority figure. What I'm hearing is whatever has power or control over you. In a more general sense, I'm going to say it like that instead. It's whatever has power and control over you, whatever rules over your life, and not in a good way. There is this need to clear out or to walk away from things that have been having a strong hold on you. Because I'm saying that, Aquarius, you're wanting to kind of step into your power. You're wanting to create your life. You want to have your independence. And you want to be around people. You want to feel like you're safe, like you have stability in your life. And I feel like whatever has created a sense of stability so far could be an illusion, which is what I'm hearing with the Magician. It's an illusion. Because in our environmental sphere, we also have the Tower card here, which is breaking down things that just, it's not substantial. It can't hold you. It's time for that to break down. And I feel like it has something to do with someone or something that tends to have a strong hold over you or your emotions or your decisions or what you tend to lean towards. It could even be like a relationship with somebody. And there's this need to want to release yourself from that. Because in your present emotions, there's also the Nine of Swords. So there's this ruminating, there's this worrying, there's being up in our headspace a lot. But the nice thing about some of these cards is that what I'm seeing is there's this movement out of it. The nines and tens are coming to a close. It's things that are ending. So this is a significant spiritual month underneath the surface. There may not be a whole lot going on out on top, like in your day-to-day life. It may just kind of feel like a normal week, normal day, normal month for some of you. But it feels like this is more underneath. So as you're going through your day-to-day, you could be feeling a whole lot of stuff, and you could be remembering a whole lot of stuff. So I feel like in this month, it's going to be very important to stay aware of what tends to come up to the surface, what memories are coming up, who's coming up, And how is that making you feel? Why? And is this something that I still want to hold on to? Or is this something that I need to walk away from? And I strongly feel like it's something you need to walk away from. And this could also be, I'm also feeling that for some of you, this is a strong attachment to a relationship. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be with friends. It could be with a family member. It could be with a sibling, with a parent. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it's something that tends to have somewhat of a hold over you. And so that's going to be a strong theme for this month, is letting go of the things that have a hold over you. Because I think that we're ready to put these burdens down. We're ready to be able to see the path ahead more clearly. There's a call for clarity this month. We want to be able to clear out the space. So don't get scared, I'm hearing. Don't be scared if like things that you thought were like old emotions, or things that you haven't felt in a long time that we've kind of tucked away in the recesses of our mind, start to resurface, because it's coming up so you can look at it and ask yourself, oh, do I really need to still hold on to this? Or some of you may not even realize that you're holding on to it still, because it's just kind of been tucked away in the subconscious there. So it's really important to ground yourself this month, because you may find yourself often visiting this headspace. So to balance that out, to really ground yourself and take care of yourself, and to be around people who can validate your worth, your sense of like self-image, your sense of self-worth. That's going to be really important this month. Okay, I want to start picking out some clarifying cards here. I'm hearing spiritual guidance. So for some of you, you could feel like you're being spiritually guided. You could be sensing or downloading spiritual guidance from your guides through dreams, through daily occurrences. And for others of you, you may feel like you need spiritual guidance. So for some of you, you may feel the need to, find someone to talk to. But I'm hearing spiritual guidance specifically. So for some of you, may not necessarily be a traditional therapist. It could be someone who's more of like a spiritual coach, or someone who is spiritual based. And so they can kind of relate to you in that way and resonate with you and what you're going through and what you're experiencing in that way, to help you gain this clarity here, like with the Ace of Swords. So there's a need for this clearing of the things that have this sense of control or hold over you. And what I'm hearing is that for some of you, it could be a person. And with this person, I feel like in the past, you have set your boundaries. I feel like you have set your boundaries. You have, begun that process of walking away. But I think that even though we've done that, it could still feel like the emotional effects could still be lingering. Like that could still be there. Like they don't know about it. Like they could have walked away. They could be gone. Like these people could actually be gone. They're not actually even in your life. They're not playing a major role in your life. But it's the memories. It's the imprints from the effects of those experiences that we may still be holding on to, that we need to, it feels like dead weight. With the 10 of Wands, I'm hearing dead weight. So it's things that we need to drop, or we need to let go of. And so that this month, there's going to be a lot of energy focused on that area in your life. If there is, if you find that that's there in your life, then in August, you'll see that kind of coming out and playing a theme for you in this month. So you can heal it, so it can kind of move on and it doesn't affect you anymore. Clarifying card for the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Because I think that there is a need, there's this want to create like an independence or this autonomy in your life. You want to be mentally free, is what I'm hearing. There's this mental freedom that you're wanting. And I think that in order to, and I think that for you, you may feel like in order to get that mental freedom, that there's some letting go. But it could be things that are just, some things take longer to let go because they've been there for so long. And I feel like this month there's going to be a focus on the things that have been there for a long time. Some of you may spend a lot of time in meditation this month, a lot of time in like yoga or just things that really help you connect a bit deeper and help you come into that space. It's very important to take an observer mindset this month. Just one card, please. Wow, okay. You may find that this month, things don't move as gracefully as you might like them to. That you may find that things tend to become, I think, and I believe I mentioned this earlier, that you may find that things, you need to do it a couple times in order for it to work out. Like little things throughout your day. Yeah, you want to be able to, I'm hearing that some of you want your abundance. You want to be able to live in this place of freedom and expression and expansion. And you're on the road to that. You are. But it's going to feel, I feel like you're going to feel the heaviness of the things that are ready to leave. So keep that in mind as things come up for you this month, that this is coming up so I can meet it, so I can see it for what it is. I think that's going to be an important point to keep in the back of your mind. There's also something about protecting your abundance. There's this, wow, okay. I just saw I saw this image of a library, and I don't know why that felt so profound to me. But when I saw it, it felt like you're protecting, I guess like it could also be symbolic that there's this need to protect your knowledge, your wisdom. Something about when I put the 10 of Earth down on top of the 7 of Wands, there was this like need, there's this profound energy of protecting what you know. It could also be about trusting what you know. And that could be in relation to a certain person, because I'm really feeling that this King of Swords and the Emperor, like this energy, it could be that there is a King of Swords character in your life, and it could be male or female, it doesn't have to always be male, but someone who has this tendency to kind of be a bit more, I'm hearing the word domineering. So for some of you who could have people like that in your life, or a dynamic like that in your life, that kind of did not allow you to be able to have or express yourself openly. And I think that it feels karmic almost. It feels like a significant dynamic. It could be a significant person in your life that tends to play this major role in your life. And I feel like there's this need to kind of reclaim what is rightfully yours, especially when it comes to money, and especially when it comes to your life path or your career. So there could be something along the lines for some of you of there could be a person that where you feel like has blocked you from your full abundance, or for you to be able to live in your potential, your full potential. It could be someone that has perhaps chipped away at your confidence so you don't feel like you can kind of really step into that space. So there's a lot of this reflection on that and wanting to protect this 10 of Earth energy. This is in your past card. This is in your past events. So this is something that you've been feeling. This is something that we've been focusing on. Yeah. And then Page of Earth, Swords. King of Swords. For some of you, this could also be a father figure. A lot of times the Emperor sometimes also shows up as this fatherly energy. And as soon as I put the Page of Earth down, I kind of saw this as a relationship between father and child. Something about valuing yourself. So maybe some of you, you might be finding that you're reflecting on this relationship with maybe your father or a father figure, that maybe there's some programming or conditioning in terms of money and finances and your ability to believe that you could achieve something in your life. It could have really affected the way you saw yourself or the way what you believe in yourself. And now there's this kind of hard look at that and asking yourself, do I still choose to believe this, even though this was something that was taught to me? Because it does really feel like a heavy burden. It feels like something that really doesn't need to be there. It feels like it's not even true. It's something that's definitely not true about you, but we've taken that on just because as a child, that's what we were taught to believe about ourselves. And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what we believe, so that's what we become. Or we didn't even become it, but it's like we have a hard time seeing our successes. We have a hard time celebrating ourselves. And this month you may find that you spend more of your time and more of your energy in being able to teach yourself how to celebrate yourself, how to value yourself, and how to feel proud of yourself when you make money, or when you accomplish something, or when you achieve something. There's something about achievement here that seems to be a theme of being able to feel the benefits of when I achieve something, do I feel good about myself? Yes. 2 of Water. So relationship. Yeah. So this definitely feels like it's a relationship with somebody significant in your life. Emperor card oftentimes is a relationship with the father figure, is what I feel. I always associate it with father figure. Someone who often is the head of the house, the one that calls the shots, the one that has the last say. And there could be just this relationship. It's this relationship, this dynamic that has run its course, not with your father, but just like whatever toxic programming or old beliefs or resentments. I'm hearing built up resentments. So there could be an invitation for some of you debating with the idea of forgiveness. Some of you could be playing around with that. Not necessarily I see you I'm going to forgive this person, but kind of figuring out how do I put this down? How do I put this 10 of Wands down? Is it forgiveness? Will that help me put that down? So there's this contemplating there, which I feel like is that 2 of Fire and over the Hermit and 7 of Pentacles. And 7 of Pentacles is reaping in, like looking at what you've created and taking with you what you feel like you is worth taking, or kind of taking a look at it and, assessing, do I like what I created? So you're in this like contemplative mode this month. Kind of taking it one thing at a time, as one thing comes up at a time. And then with the 2 of Fire, I feel like you're venturing into this abyss of like, I need to look at all of this stuff and I need to be able to move on from it. I need to let it go so I can kind of go into this new stage in my life. So I can kind of really embody this 9 of Earth, this Magician, this King of Wands. Standing in my own confidence, in my own power, and, being independent in my life and not feeling like I'm still tethered, or feeling like you're in someone's shadow, like you're your own person. So there's this independent call this month. So 9 of Swords is present emotion. So you may find, Aquarius, that you have a lot on your mind. You're thinking about a lot of things, worried about a lot of things. Some of you could also feel like you're mentally attached to someone, something. So there's this like enmeshment to whoever or whatever is. You feel like, for some of you could feel like they have control over you. Some of you I'm also seeing could be feeling things like guilt or remorse, or feeling like, what did I do wrong? So there's a lot of this reflecting back and like asking yourself these things. And I think that it's all coming up because it's time for that healing to occur there. So, August, it looks like there's this profound healing, spiritual healing, deep healing. So there could be this opportunity for very significant, prominent themes in your life that have been just on repeat for a long time. You may find in August could make significant progress in clearing a lot of that out. Yeah, August feels like it's pretty important, actually. And I did hear the word comfort as well, community and comfort. So that's going to be really, okay. And I just got chills when I said that again. So that is going to be really important for some of you, is to make sure that you find someone to lean on, that you find someone to talk to help you unpack a lot of things. I see some of you might even be traveling. You might go somewhere to be able to get the space that you need to be able to do this work, this spiritual work. Like, I need to go somewhere and clear my mind and clear my head. So I'm just going to go to this place that I love, this one mountain or beach or wherever that helps you to feel safe. So you have a safe space. So creating that safe space for yourself. And again, 7 of Fire, 7 of Wands. So yeah, needing to kind of either get away from something that's been causing worries or stress. Yeah, there's movement here. So there is some movement cards in this month of August. So I do see some of you traveling, but some of you traveling with like a purpose, like you're traveling for something specific, like not just to go travel. I mean, that could be there as well. But I do feel like a lot of you might be traveling because you need to get away from something or because you need to clear your head. Like there's this spiritual, emotional undertone to the traveling. Okay, let's get into the Tower card. I'm curious about this. Why is the Tower here? Tower is not always a bad thing, so don't be scared if you see the Tower card. You know, a lot of times the Tower card shows up when it's just there's something ready for us to kind of close a chapter and to move on to something. And I have found that the Tower can be intimidating or overwhelming for some of us, where it's something that we have a strong attachment to. And so there may be this strong focus on looking at those attachments this month. There could be something that there's something that some of you have believed like your whole life, and now that's starting to become a little bit, your perspective is shifting. But let's look deeper into this. Clarification card for the Tower, please. For Aquarius, for August 2021. Okay, we have 3 cards here. 4 of Fire. The Temptation is the Devil card in the traditional. And then the King of Water. Okay, so 4 of Fire is oftentimes a symbol of celebration, actually. But a lot of times it could also be, it could symbolize marriages. It could symbolize stability. Fours are foundations, stability. I do feel like it's something having to do with in the home. And again, we have the King of Water, which sometimes I associate with father figures. So there could be a strong father focus this month for some of you. Maybe there's a strong focus on healing father wounds and temptation. I'm hearing that it could be anger. It does seem like there's some pretty significant dynamics there that are going to present themselves this month. But hopefully by the end of this reading, we can have some really good clarity on everything. So hang in there. So let me keep going, and then hopefully we can get some more clarity here. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is in your hopes, dreams, and desires position. So this is stability. This is nurturing, achieving independence. Again, I'm hearing independence. So there's strong wanting to break away from something and to create your own. Clarification for the Queen of Pentacles, please. Ace of Fire. Wow. Okay, so for some of you, this could be an idea. This could be inspiration. So I'm also seeing that for some of you, your work, that you could have like this wonderful idea, a spark of inspiration into starting something new with work, or finding another way to make income, or finding another way, a new way, something that really feeds you in more ways than one. And I feel like that will play a significant role in your healing. That a lot of you will find healing in the other things that you engage in. So whether it's work, for some of you, I did see family here. So if some of you have your own family, like you have your own children and, and you're kind of dealing with your, like in your mind and your emotions, you're dealing with things from your past, you could find solace and healing in your own family. I picked up on that when I put that card down. So that could be for just some of you, small group of you. Okay, so in your final outcomes card, this one's pretty clear. We have the Four of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Swords, Six of Swords. So this is walking away from an emotional offer. This is not trusting something. And usually the fact that it is in the middle, that the Hierophant is in the middle of the Four of Cups and Six of Swords, tells me that this could, again, be an authoritative figure. So oftentimes this could be an institution. Usually Hierophants are symbolized by institutions, so colleges, universities, legal things, churches, religious organizations, like these, big organizations. So there could be a walking away from something, a theme of walking away from something like that. Because it hasn't served you. The Moon, yeah. So there's like kind of trekking out onto unknown territory. I feel like with the Six of Swords, there is this energy of, I'm not sure where I'm going. I just know I have to go. So by the end of August, you may find that you have reached a certain level of clarity of not necessarily the end of like, I have a for sure destination on where I want to go, but I do know where I no longer want to be. Like, I don't want to stay in the place that I am anymore. And it's time for me to move forward. It's time for me to move on, to go get my own happiness and to create my own life and stability. And it kind of feels like this is more a mental thing than it is a physical thing. I feel like it will manifest physically for sure, especially where we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Fire here. So for some of you, you may find that things are progressing. I am seeing that you'll be able to find communities and peoples that really resonate with you on a more soul level. And that will be very nurturing for you. And it will give you some direction into where you want to go from there. It will give you some options. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Air, which is the Page of Swords. So again, kind of exploring, opening up possibilities and options, and playing around with what works for you and what doesn't now. So there's this introductory path for you in front of you. And sometimes with that is going to cause you to kind of turn around for a second and look back at what else am I carrying with me, and what do I kind of have to put down before I can start on this new path. So you're kind of in this, Aquarius, you seem like you're kind of in this transition phase this month. Last minute, it feels like there's some last minute big sweeping of stuff. Okay, let's pick out some guidance cards here. Actually, okay. What's Aquarius's guidance card for the month of August 2021? Empowerment. Wow. I love that. And I think that that's perfect for this month because you're going to need that. You're going to need that burst of energy, which is what the Ace of Fire is. There's this strong push forward. And sometimes when we're pushed forward, it's like this, we become untethered by things that we didn't even realize we were holding on to. So, and then you're like seeing that, you're witnessing it. And I see that there's a lot of spiritual guidance. There's a lot of things happening behind the scenes for you this month, Aquarius. There is a lot of spiritual assistance this month that you might not be able to necessarily feel or sense, but it's happening. Because all of these things, all these memories or experiences, they're coming up and they're happening for a reason. And it's kind of like you're being pushed a bit by spirit. Like you're being pushed to, hey, you really got to look at this because this can't come with you in this next leg of your journey. So we kind of need you to take a look at this and decide what you want to do about it. Okay, what is Aquarius's challenge card this month? What is Aquarius's challenge card this month for August 2021? Diligence. Okay, so what I heard was to kind of stay on task with what is important. To not get too caught up in the emotions or the memories or the thoughts, like the ruminating. To stay focused on your goals. Because you may find that you may kind of feel internally that you're being pulled in different directions. So this month, it's going to be important for you to stay on task to achieve those goals. Because come maybe even in September or October, when kind of the dust has settled, you're going to thank yourself for making sure that you stayed on task there. Because things want to come into your life and this won't have this energy or this dynamic is not going to stay forever. It will pass. At some point it'll pass. Like that intensity or these memories or this energy or this feeling, the more we kind of like look at it and let little things go one by one, it's not going to play such a prominent role or it's not going to affect you as much. And so when the new stuff starts coming in or opportunities start coming in or the success starts coming in, it's going to feel good that you stayed on task. So that's going to be something because you may find that you may get a bit distracted with the other stuff that's going on this month. Okay, what can Aquarius look forward to in the month of August 2021? What can Aquarius look forward to in the month of August 2021? Oh, beautiful. Miracles and purity. Yeah, so there's a clearing. I do feel like by the end of the month, some of you may feel significantly lighter. Significantly lighter. And even in your physical body, you may feel lighter. You may feel like you can move better, or there's some certain aches and pains, certain joints that have kind of helped or kind of hurt for a long time that will, like, it's not as intense or you just don't even feel it anymore. So that will be kind of, I'm hearing with the miracle cards that there's something where you have just had for almost all your life. And then it's kind of like, wow, this isn't really affecting me yet. Like I thought I was just going to have to just deal with this my whole life. And that could be emotional or mental or however that applies for you. Something getting lifted, which is really nice. I really like that you can look forward to that. So that can be like the silver lining around some of the discomfort that could come from kind of revisiting or things surfacing, old wounds surfacing. is that releasing it will give you a better sense of lightness going forward. And that's your card. That's your animal totem card. Time to let go. Yeah, it's significant and it's spiritual. And it's a month where it's going to be important to nurture the heart space. There's going to be a strong focus on the heart space this month. And I'm hearing the crystal turquoise. I think the groundhog is wearing some turquoise on him. That I'm drawn to that. I think that that's going to be a very helpful crystal for some of you this month is turquoise. Or chrysocolla or chrysoprase. The stones that have like this, like a teal or turquoise type hue to them. That's going to be really important. That's going to be not really important. I'm sorry. That's going to be helpful. It will be soothing. It will be soothing for the heart space to work with those crystals. But yeah, there's this energy of healing and nurturing the heart chakra. Because I think that there is a lot being held on to in that area here. And a lot of it has to do with these experiences with this kind of authority figure in your life. Or not necessarily authority, but just whatever has this dominant, has a tendency to have this dominant control over you, or tends to trickle in whenever something great happens for you, or you want to move forward in your life. You kind of have these old patterns, something that kind of has this hold over you. It doesn't always have to be people. It could be, again, like an addiction or like a certain belief system that you have. So there's that really significant change here coming up. Okay. Let's pick out some relationship cards here for Aquarius. Relationship cards for Aquarius for August 2021. Follow your intuition is what I'm hearing. Follow your intuition because it will tell you where you need to go next and what the next move is. So that may be something that you find yourself doing a lot this month, is following your intuition. Yeah, really connecting and caring for yourself and connecting with others on a heart level. Again, I'm kind of sensing there's like this heart space opening and feeling like it's time for you to open that heart space and to connect with yourself and with others on a heart level. Because that, for some of you, that might have been kind of closed for a while. Just afraid to open it up and afraid to trust, afraid to feel like you're safe. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. And what I felt like when I read that was it could be this, kind of feeling like there are some habits or there are some tendencies that we have a tendency to start doing because that's what we were taught, or that's what we saw growing up, or that's what we experienced from others. I'm feeling like there is this looking at what has been projected onto us and then looking at that and realizing that, oh, well, that was a projection onto me and it wasn't what is authentic to me. So kind of this changing this self-reflection of yourself, like how you see yourself now, when that projection is no longer there, of other people's projections. How do I see myself now? And I think for some of us, it's going to be like, I don't know how else to see myself because this is how I've always seen myself. So there could also be a shift in self-image this month. Wow, this is a really, really profound reading. This is a really significant month in August. And I think that the key to the month is to stay diligent on your tasks and your goals. To don't self-sabotage. Like, try not to self-sabotage or get disempowered. We want to be in a place of empowerment here. To have like those clear goals, and we know where we want to go, or at least we know where, or like what space we want to be in. We may not know where we want to go, but we know how we want to feel. And community and comfort. So finding like-minded people and engaging in things that bring us a sense of comfort, that bring us a sense of safety in our lives, where we can unpack, we can talk about things, we can feel like we're being nurtured and held. So we don't feel alone. I think that would not. I apologize for that, Aquarius. My equipment just completely shut down in my recording room. So I apologize for the interruption there, but I'm also really glad that it waited until I was pretty much done with this reading. So all I had left to say was to really focus on yourself and taking care of yourself this month, because even if things come up, just take it like one day at a time. And if you find yourself getting overwhelmed, to remember to recalibrate, and it's okay to take a break. So if things are coming up and they get overwhelming, it's okay to just put some things to the side. And, we don't have to heal all at once right away. It's an ongoing process. There's always going to be something left to heal. So I hope you have a wonderful month ahead in August, Aquarius, and I will see you for next month. Bye.